You know that seeing is believing. Oh, don't say you love me if you're leaving. Hey, you know that seeing is believing. Don't say you love me if you're leaving. Y'all remember that? Oh, 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 hey, oh, 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 don't say you love me if you're leaving. Hey, you know that seeing is believing. Y'all don't remember that? That was Adriana Evans back in the day. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review season 6, episode 11 of Tyler Perry's soap opera drama comedy, The Oval. And the episode is titled Seeing is Believing. And that's where I got the song from, because it took me back to 1997 when Adriana Evans dropped that funky song right there. Now, her career didn't really go too big commercially, but I was a music lover, and that was one of the joints I loved. Y'all can look it up. It's still on YouTube. Go look up Adriana Evans, Seeing is Believing, and tell me that's not a... But you young whippersnappers, y'all might not know about that joint, but that was a joint. Underrated gem. So anyway, shout outs to all my lovely subscribers that hold me down in the comment section. You know, all 4 million of my subscribers, I do appreciate you. Yes, I said 4 million because that's what I'm claiming. Name it, claim it, it's yours. But anyway, shout outs to all my lovely subscribers, especially the ones who left comments on my previous review. Because what I do, if you haven't caught on, if you left a comment on the previous review of that particular show, I go back, I look at the comments, and I write your name down on my list, and then I shout you out and thank you for leaving those comments. Shout outs to Lamont Simpson, P. Bronson, LaRonda Jackson, June BLC, The R.C. Kroger, Zachary Bush, Geneva Tillman, and Calandra Antonelli. And shout outs to all the rest of you wonderful people that hold me down. You know who you are. I do appreciate you. You are appreciated. All right, so let's get down to... Now, remember, I just gave shout outs. Ain't no special treatment or anything like that. This is just for the folks that commented on the last Oval review. So whatever show I reviewed and you left comments on, when I do the next review, I give you a shout out. That's what it is. But I love you all. I love you all. Don't take it personal. I love you all. Just saying it. That's all. Just had to put that out there, because I don't want y'all to think I be forgetting y'all or anything like that. So let's get down to this episode, because we've wasted enough time, haven't we? Yes, we have. Or haven't I? Y'all didn't waste no time. I'm wasting the time. Let's talk about Miss Nancy. Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints. Miss Nancy used to be a God-fearing, or so we thought, God-fearing, I love the Lord, he heard my cry type of chick. But now she want revenge, she angry, she bitter, she mad. She's telling Sam, well, I know one thing. I'm going to tell it all, because Sam is like kind of persuading Dell. Don't you say nothing, Dell. Don't you say nothing. You shut up. And Della, she's like, don't worry about that, because I'm going to tell it all. He put his hands on me and he stabbed his daddy. Yeah, the daddy that you was boinking. Come on now. In his house. Come on. So anyway, she's talking and Sam is trying to tell her, Nancy, you don't want to do this and this, that. Are you threatening me, Sam? Are you threatening? Like she was on her big one tonight. Are you threatening me, Sam? Oh, really, Sam? Then she told Sam, she said, you don't know him just like Priscilla don't know your ass. And you hurt Priscilla. Oh, we taking low blows now. Oh, this is what we doing. Oh, really, ho? Excuse me, ma'am. Yes, he's wrong for cheating on Priscilla with Victoria. But ma'am, let's go back into your file. Not only did you cheat with your husband's father, you had a baby by him, gave that baby away to your crackhead sister, and which made Picky have a hard life and made him grow up in the streets and decide to have a life of crime. Okay? That's your doing. Lied to him, passed your baby off as your nephew. Okay? That's what you did. Sleeping with your husband's father. Then you do? What you do? You did it again. You continue to do it. Now we fast forward. Your son is killed by the Ragadouches or whoever the hell killed him, whatever. Something else which was your fault because you the one that gave his daughter away to the Ragadouches. You shouldn't open the door and let the lady come in with the Ragadouches and take the kid. That's why your other son is dead. Your fault. Then you go and bring this old man into the house and sleep with him in Richard's house or in your house, in the same, your husband's bed. You, ma'am, are trifling and you can't try to tell nobody about broken hearts and this and that because what you did is the lowest of the low. The lowest of the low. So shut up. That's what I say to you. So now they cleaning up. Nancy comes in there and sees them cleaning up and she said, what you're cleaning up for? This is evidence. And Sharon said, no, this is stuff you destroyed. But see, she wants the blood and then Sam wants her not to do this. It's not going to go so well for her. And she says to him, he ain't God. I ain't scared of you. He ain't God. And he said, and neither is what you're doing or something like that. And then here she go with the low blow again. Well, did God tell you to boink Victoria? Ma'am, did God tell you to bang your father-in-law and have a baby by him? Did he? Come on. She just no accountability with her. She's really pissing me off. She just this whole nasty thing. I'm like, ugh. But then Sam told Dell, look, Dell, you don't want to get involved. And, he took his phone. He said, Dell, look at your phone. So the Dell looks at his phone. And what is it? It's apparently the guy who took out Dell's family. And Dell was on the run. And wasn't Dell a hooker or something like that too? A streetwalker or something like that. But Dell is on the run. And it's the guys that killed his parents. So Dell said, look, screw this. Because Sarah said, what was on the phone? What did he show you on the phone? He was like, it's nothing. He said, no, it was the guy that was a move right there. That was a power move, Sam, to do that. To show him, look, see that? Keep playing. I know they looking for you, sir. So now Dell's like, I'm out of here. I don't care. I ain't got nothing to do with this. This is ridiculous. I'm leaving. And Sharon's like, don't leave. Stay. Sharon, shut up. Don't leave. Don't do. Go, Dell. Get out of there. Get out of there. So, but the thing that makes me ridiculous, what makes it ridiculous, when we find out where Dell is going, I thought he was going to leave town. He calls Alan. And he's like, Alan, oh, can I please stay with you? I'm calling from a different phone. Can I please stay with you, please? And Alan says, okay, yes, finally. Which then triggers Crazy Kyle to overhear that and be like, oh, so he got a new phone. I will find that out and all that. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's get to this. Donald and Victoria. Let's go there. They have a little back and forth. Victoria's continuing to throw homophobic jabs, calling him girl and Miss Thing and honey bun and all that other stuff. And do you need a tampon and all that? And he's saying to her, Eli was trying to call you this. And she said, why is Eli trying to call me? He said, because Hunter knows that you was banging Eli. And they're going through this whole back and forth. And he was saying, if you're going to call your father, call your father. She said, I haven't called my father. You know what my father will do if this, that, and the third. And he's telling her what's going on, but she's being ridiculous. Donald was annoyed with her, like, you are impossible. And she is. And so we know that there's a 6 a.m. strike, that, what's his name? Eli, a.k.a. Shaggy, is putting on that he's planning to do and losing his mind or whatever. But Victoria don't seem to be moved. She's like, whatever, he's corny. The way he talked to me, I don't want to be bothered with him right now. But what are y'all going to do? Because this standoff is boring me now. It's really pissing me off. And I want y'all to go ahead and move on. Can we get some action? Can we get something? It's really pissing me off. It really is. So now we go to Eli and Simone talking. And I'm totally on Simone's side because she said, dude, you doing it at 6 a.m. You giving him all this time. Get in there and get him now. Oh, I got this under control. No, you don't, Shaggy. And she said, I see how you be shaking in your boots and freezing up. She said, you froze up during labor. You froze up during giving us debates. Listen, and that hurt his ego. So he's all pissed off. What are you saying? What do you mean? This, that, and the third. And he's like, I wasn't frozen. I didn't freeze up and I did this. You think you could do this job better than me? And she said, yeah, because I'm a woman. Blah, 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 blah. That don't mean anything. But that's what she claimed. She could do the job better than him. So then he says, you know what? Excuse me. Then he says, why don't I call Bobby in here? You might want to see Bobby. And he tells Wilson, hey, Max, can you bring Bobby in here? And that's what he does. And he says, Bobby, and he said, oh, I struck a nerve, huh? She's like, really, this is what you're doing? And he says, Bobby, my wife wants you to take her home, and you can F her. Dude, that was so rude and out of pocket, but it's true. She is banging Bobby. She slapped him. You bastard, how dare. And you're like, how dare you disrespect me? But Simone, I know you didn't forget you was banging him. Are you in denial now too? Because this whole, how dare you disrespect me? You was laying and spreading it. So cut it out. But then he was out of pocket for that and all that. So then Bobby and Eli had this little face off because he's like, yeah, you can take her home, whatever. And then he says, and you can F her. And Bobby was like, yes, sir. What did you say to me? Oh, now you tough, Shaggy? Come on, what did you say to me? Now you tough. What'd you say to me? And he said, with all due respect, he said, no, let him speak, because Max was trying to stop him. So Bobby said his piece, which was all fronting, like, you're making this a hostile work environment. And for the last time, I didn't bang your wife and this, that, and the third. And Eli was like, get out of here and all this. And, he said he had enough, but yeah, whatever. Then Max and Bobby had their conversation. Yeah. Then we get to something that I thought was interesting. It was because now Simone has left and gone into the kitchen to get something to drink to ease her mind. And she's talking to Priscilla, and they're having a conversation about all the things that happen in men, and they seem to be bonding. And who came in first? I can't remember who came in first. I think Bobby came in. And then when Bobby came in, here comes Lily. So now there's, all these women have had some kind of relations with him. And they're all, and Lily was like, oh, yes. And closed the door. And she's like, let's talk. And Bobby was trying to leave at first, but Simone was like, no, you stay. And they had this little girls talk thing. And I guess comparing notes, but doing it in front of him. So Lily went first and said, yes, he was hired by my husband because she said, my husband Donald is gay, but he hired this guy to get information from me. He was blowing my back out. He ate the box. She said all of that. And she said, and then that was that. And then he pretended to love me. And then Bobby said, I did love you, but you chose this. You wanted to stay in this mess. He kind of put her in a place that you wanted to stay in this mess. I tried to rescue you. And she said, oh, you want to be on the run and be a bum. He said, that's what I'm talking about. It's all about money and status with you. You like all of this. That's what he said. You like all of this. And he, went and said that to her. And then Priscilla, he said, you got something to say, Priscilla? And Priscilla said, well, what we had was really nothing because I was mad at Sam. And it was just what we did was just a play thing, whatever. But her and Bobby didn't really have no sex. So I don't understand that. So then it was time for Simone. She's still in denial. Don't you dare say we did not have anything. You still with this, Simone. You're still with this. You probably almost neck and neck with Lily with how many times you've had sex with Bobby. Come on, cut it out. So that was it. And Bobby put her in place too and said, all of y'all use y'all powers to do what y'all want, whatever. Then when he left, they was all like, ooh, I guess he told us. And ooh, that was a bit of a turn on. So that was interesting. It was interesting. Really. So now I get back to Dell. Let me go back to Dell. Like I said, Dell had called Alan and asked Alan if he could please stay, which then triggered Kyle to overhear this. And, you know, Kyle is jealous. And then Kyle is like, goes to Alan, is like, oh, so, oh, what's going on? And, he got it. I'm going to get his number. And so as that's happening, Donald walks in. And then Donald walks in, what's going on here, this, that, and the third? And he says, I'm sending Alan home. He sends Alan home. And then him and Kyle, are talking. And he says to Kyle, I got a plan. I got an emotion. Because he says, don't worry. I got some emotion. And that's why I sent him home. Because I'm putting my plan in place. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So now we back down at the precinct. Sam and Richard have a conversation. Richard was still in cuffs. They took him out the cuffs. Sam says, listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have to burn your wife. She keep playing. I'm going to have to show her what it is. And Richard was like, do what you got to do. You see what this hoe did to me? You see what my savings, she screwed my daddy and she destroyed my savings. Do what you got to do, bro. Do what you got to do. Now they go and they fast forward to Miss Nancy sitting there with Sharon, and she's upset, saying, you know, that doggone Dale, he ain't show up. He gonna leave. And she said, I should sue him or something. I bought him a car. And Sharon was like, well, you didn't know him like that. Yeah, but I bought him a car. That should be some kind of law. Just sounding real stupid. And then she sees Sam walking by. She's like, what is he doing here? So now she goes. Then now Sam also calls Sharon. And it was like, what's going on? She's talking, and she says to Sharon, who you talking to? And Sharon said, oh, it was my sister. She said, you lying, that was Sam. So now they go and talk to this DA, Sharon and Miss Nancy. And Miss Nancy thinks she about to do her big one. She going there, yeah. Look at my neck. He strangled me and this and that. And he did this. And the lady was like, we found your DNA in his underwear. What's that about? And then she took a video. She said, oh, and I don't see no scars on your neck, ho. What scars you got? I said, oh my goodness. So Miss Nancy said, what? She said, in fact, you know, you said because she's like, yeah, my husband, he stabbed his father, and I saw it. He stabbed him. She said, why you ain't tell us before? She said, well, I guess, she said, but also, what was your relationship with his father? Now, she don't want to talk about that. Tell him how you was spreading it open. Come on. She ain't saying that. She's like, tongue tied. Then the DA said, well, look at this. And she took the phone and she let her see the phone. I'm assuming it was a video of her and whatever Richard's daddy name was getting it on. And she was like, how did you get that? Then it was something else. And she said, whoa, that ain't me. So I'm like, why they didn't show us? I want to see what it was. I want to see her swinging from the chandelier, legs open. So, y'all know that would have been funny if they would have showed Miss Nancy, you know, and if they would have showed what was on that video that she saw. She said, whoa, that ain't me. And I took it like, well, I'm going to be doing them type of tricks. Damn, that ain't me. They manipulated this video. And you know what? They was like, you know what? Matter of fact, you're under arrest. And Miss Nancy got arrested. And that's where the episode ended. And I thought that was hilarious. That was actually my favorite part of the show, seeing Miss Nancy get arrested. But she should have said, Lord have mercy, Lord, oh Lord. But she didn't. She should have. That would have been the icing on the cake if she would have went back to her churchy ways. Because remember earlier in the episode when her and Sam was having an argument, she was telling him about God and this and that. He said, well, you ain't godly. What you doing ain't. And she said, hey, what you doing sleeping with the first lady ain't godly either. Which, So I enjoyed that part. I thought that was funny. So tell me your thoughts. I know a lot of you are not liking this season. A lot of y'all are saying it's slow as molasses. Y'all not enjoying it. And I could tell because I could see the views on my reviews are going down. A lot of y'all are not watching the show. You ain't watching my reviews. So I get it. But tell me your thoughts. What did you think about this episode? That's all I got. Like I told you, keep your head up. Let's all root for each other. Let's stay positive. Keep your mind positive. Keep your mind right. Stay in prayer. And you all be blessed. And I will see you all in the next video. Yes, I will.